Hello there, I am Mr. Octurius and welcome at Mountain Blade Bannerlord version 1.6. Now, you might ask, why are you doing a beta game? Well, since War Tales gained so much interest, I am under the impression that Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord might have an audience here. So I am doing let's take a look at Mountain Blade Bannerlord. I have this game for quite a while in my Steam library now. I played it a few hundred hours, I think 120 hours already. So I know my way around with the game. And I think there is something here to show off. But for now, let's take a look at Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich, but empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
Welcome in character creation. Well, I'm going to go through all of the options because in one of my videos I got the comment that I didn't look at everything or didn't show every possible option. So I'm going to do this right now. First culture you can choose are the Vlandians. Vlandians are the descendants of adventurers from the west who lived under the Empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they have evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a castle of... They have evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spear and lances on horseback. This gives you the following benefits: a 10% production bonus to villages that are bound to castles, 5% more renown from battles, and 15% more income while serving as a mercenary. So this is more actually for a mercenary playthrough. The downside of this culture is recruiting lords to armies costs 20% more influence. So when you join this kingdom, it will cost you 20% more influence to ask lords of your own faction to join you in your army to fight as one. And influence is hard to get. Then we have the Sturgians. Sturgians are the descendants of the foreign tribes of northern Calradia. As the empire expanded into their cold forest, they found a ready market for the luxurious furs and woodland animals, whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgian chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of northern mercenaries. Vying for preeminence with the help of North mercenaries, who migrated into their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and for plunder. Benefits are army lose 20% less daily cohesion. So when you invite other lords to join you in your conquest, you have something called cohesion. When that reaches 0, the army will split up again, so all the lords will split up from your army. So you can only form a big army for a limited time. Recruiting and upgrading infantry troops are 25% cheaper. That's quite interesting. Penalty is 20% more relationship penalty from kingdom decisions, so that's more expensive. Then we have the actual empire. Although they are divided in more than one faction, they are considered as one culture. The Calradian Empire is in decline. Even before the murder of the Emperor Arenikos, the once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war. Yet Calradians endure. They are technologically more advanced than their neighbors, and their mastery of engineering is not just evident in their aqueducts, beautiful architecture, and massive city walls. It also makes them experts in siege warfare. Benefits are being in an army brings 25% more influence, 20% less garrison troops wage. That's important when you join an empire faction and when you have an actually castle or city under your own banner. Village hearts increase 20% less. That's when you control a city. That's only later on. Then you have the Aserai. The Aserai are the inhabitants of the Nahasa Desert, a mixture of nomadic Bedouins and settled oasis farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of the learning of many lands, especially medicine, gained from lying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, they become a major force in the south. Their benefits are they have no speed penalty on desert, caravans are 30% cheaper to build, and have 10% less trade penalty. So if you want to become a trader, this is your choice of culture. Disadvantages is daily wages of troops in the party are increased by 5%. That can hurt you, but with the benefits of trade, you can easily negate these. If you want an interesting Aserai playthrough, look for Parties Elite. Party Elite has a very long playthrough of the Aserai, still ongoing right now at the moment. And he does a wonderful job on telling a story and editing his videos. So I really recommend him. If I do not forget, I will put a link down below. Then you have the Kuzites. The Kuzites confederation of steppe tribes used to live a nomadic life, but have recently settled in the eastern frontier of the empire, and are slowly transitioning into an agrarian society with permanent town centers. Despite this, they still retain many aspects of their nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted archery, shooting and then galloping out of reach. Their benefits are 25% production bonus to horse, mule, cow and sheep in villages owned by Kuzite rulers. Recruiting and upgrading mounted archers are 10% cheaper, but they have 20% less tax income from towns. Last but not least, the Battanians. The Battanians still remember the olden days when the woods stretched across northern Calradia, and the Empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional way. They paint their faces when going to battle, and even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. Benefits are 50% less speed penalty and 15% side range bonus in forests. Towns owned by Battanian rulers have a +1 militia production, but have a 10% slower build rate for town projects in their settlements. That are the cultures. Now basically you have the Huns. The Kuzites are actually the Huns. The Battanians is a form of the Celtic people. The Empire are more or less the Roman Empire. The Sturgeons, well, are more Scandinavia. The Aserai are more the Bedouin people of northern Africa. And the Vladians, well, more an European style. For this playthrough, I'm going for Kuzites. I wanted to show off some mounted archery fighting, so let's choose them. Now, character creation, it's quite extensive, even though you don't see your character very much, and most of the time you only see his back or her back. So it's not that important, but let's have a look at a game. I will do a complete walkthrough. You have a couple of options. You can simply randomize, or you can randomize all, and you are going through them like this. You can reset it. Yes. And you can change clothing, having clothing, or not having clothing. Now, voice. See?
Give them hell! Shoot arrows! Look at them run! Soldiers! Onward! Fall back! Close with them! Make a circle! Circle facing outward!
Can change the height. It's important to know the height. It influences your hitbox. So if you are very small, very lightweighted, and very thin, you have very small hitbox, so it's more difficult for the enemy to hit you. So a little small skinny dude, well, it's logically harder to hit than very big, very wide, a very muscled man. It's quite logical. Well, I'm not going to make myself. Or maybe I am. That much. And certainly not that big. Something like this. You can change individually the face however you want. The entire face, like most RPGs. The eyes, with a lot of different eyebrows. You can change the depth. Let's take a look. You make him big eyebrow. But I'm going to make a middleman. Everything in the middle. Or more or less in the middle. Because, well, I am the middleman. Middle, middle, middle. Let's take away the beard for a short while. And this is the middleman. Now, hairstyle, many hairstyles. Not really that many, but more than enough for a game when you only see the back of the character. And most of the time you wear a helmet, so. And you can do all kinds of crazy things. I get a Shrek feeling with this. Farquaad, I think it was Farquaad, isn't he? Had a haircut, something like this. Any man. The Friar. Roman. Something strange. Bad hair day. Another bad hair day. It's fitting to our culture. Not that fitting. So that isn't. I call this the Albert Einstein look because if you make this a grayish look, it's, well, more like Albert. All the different hair styles. But I am going for something in the middle, not too crazy, let's say that. And for beard type, you get a couple. You have one mustache. You got the Tom Selleck. The Hulk. Yeah, I think the wrestler, known for his mustache. Fancy one with a beard. Side bumps. Master Gibbs. More stylish beard. I think we have more beard options than we have hairstyle options. Bushy beards. And we have this one. But I am going for the Hulk. Yep. Then you can choose the markings, of which you can change the color of. So that's the paint, and here we get the scars. Scar to the eyes, cheek, some strange one, the other eye, again through the eyes, above the eyes, around the eye, through the eye. Get some strange war paint, and then we got some, well, skin troubles. Another tattoo, and another scar. I'm going for the scar. And there he is, our warrior. And let's go. I hope I did more than enough of showing it off. Now, these are our stats. So one-handed sword fighting, two-handed sword fighting, and pole arms. Then we have throwing weapons, crossbows and bows, horse riding, athletics, smithing, cunning, roguery, tactics, and scouting. Cunning is the global stat. Then you have social, the charm, the leadership, and the trait. Intelligence, and under that falls stewardship, very important for how big your party can be. Medicine and engineering, which is important for when you are taking siege to something. Then we get a couple of backstory options which will influence one of these traits. So, you were born into a family of Noyan's kinsfolk. That will give us a 10 skill levels in 10 skill levels and 1 focus point to riding and pole arm, and 1 attribute point to endurance, which is important. Horse riding for this tribe is important. We can go for merchant, which gives us a point in trade and charm. Tribes people will give us bow and riding. Farmers pole arm and throwing. Shamans are charm and medicine. And nomads scouting and riding. But I am going for the bow and riding. As a child, you were noted for our leadership skills, which gives us a point in leadership, and tactics can be useful. You're brown, so fighting, two-handed and throwing. Ooh, your attention to detail gives us a point in athletics and bow. Your aptitude for numbers, engineering and trade. Your way with people, again charm and leadership, or horses and medicine. Now we want horses, but not that important. I'm going to look for, let's say, the bow. Athletics and bow. Athletics is important when you are running without a horse. So for example, if you're doing a siege, you're not on your horse, you don't have the ability to, not really, and how fast you run is calculated by your endurance and your athletic skill. Now, tactics is important. And leadership as well. It influences the morale of your troops. Medicine, I don't find that so important. Riding, on the other hand, is. Bow will increase by fighting, horse riding as well. Let's go for, it's a hard one. You know what? Athletics and bows. Then, like village children, you helped out in the fields. You also, hey, we herded some sheep. Gives us more points in athletics and throwing. The smithy will give us two-handed and smithing. Repairing objects, smithing and engineering. Gathering herbs, medicine and scouting. Bow and tactics, or trade and charm. And we are going for hunting. Logically, we are going to be trained by cavalry. Riding and pole arm. Stood with the guard garrison, bow and engineering. The scouts, riding and bow. Trained the infantry, pole arm and one-handed, skirmisher throwing and one-handed, and the camp followers, roguery and throwing. We are going to get the scouts. Then we have a big adventure. Our biggest achievement was we defeated an enemy in battle. That gives us one-handed and two-handed. Will gives us leadership and tactics, smithing and trade, a dangerous animal, crossbow and polearm, roguery, and charm and stewardship. Well, charm and stewardship are very interesting. On the other hand, we are going to defeat an enemy in battle. Why? We get 20 renown for that. And renown, well, for the moment we are alone and we form a clan. And everyone we recruit is a part of our clan. So will be our wife and kids if we have one. Points in renown is very hard to get. Defeating enemies will give you renown, but most of the time it will give you 1.1 and you need about 100, if I'm not mistaken, for the first level of renown. That first level of renown or clan prestige allows you to do several things like joining a faction, and you need level 3 to make your own kingdom and so on. So we're going with defeating an enemy. Fighters after all. And we survived because we subdued a raider, gives us a one-handed and athletics, drove them off with arrows, we get the maximum points in bows, we rode away with the horse, tricked the raiders, or we organized a breakout. Well, we are going to drive them off with bows. Gives us the maximum in bow and a lot of points in control. Then we can choose a name. Something we can pronounce easily. Dagan, Targai, Targai. I like Targai. You get a small review of everything you choose with all the attribute points that come with it. Levels. Well, this is basic. Very easy. Let's say warrior is easy and Bannerlord is realistic. So let's go with Bannerlord. And that's our tribe. Now we can customize our own banner. So you got some symbols. For the moment we have the deer's head. Some shields, some helmets, some Celtic symbols, and then some generic symbols with some runes. Let's say we go for the fish. I think it is a fish, and you can decide how big it's going to be, very small or very big. You can choose a color for the background, but you can change by this button over here, and then you turn it around. Now we're going for red and white. So that will be our flag. On the other hand, the Vladians have a red flag too and might make it difficult to find them. So let's turn that around and let's make a white flag and a red symbol. I try to use the white flag as most as I can for the simplistic reason nobody else has a white flag, so it's easy to recognize your own troops or caravans. We have several quests. Establish your clan. So we have to increase our money with 1,000 dinars. So we need to have 2,000 dinars. We have to have a party of 20 men and a clan tier 1. So we need 50 renown for that. We already have 20 because of our history, and we need to hire one companion. On the other hand, we also have the quest as you explore Calradia. You can learn about your artifact, and it's important by asking any lord or lady about the Empire history. As you can see, this is a timed quest. We only have 839 days to find those 10 lords. It's more than enough, but mostly we ignore this. If we come across one of the lords, we will talk with them, so on. Then you have these little towns. You can see what they produce next to it, so pigs, sheep, and horses. In those towns, you can recruit some new party members or soldiers, but we are going to skip that right away. We're going to move east to our own cities that are mercenaries. Let's take a bigger look at the map. Yeah, we are going the right way. Now, because we are the only one, looters will try to engage with us, but we have a movement speed of 5.7. That's a lot more than they have. Now, I could recruit some soldiers on the way, but they cost money. For example, recruit troops. At the moment, they only have one Imperial recruit that we can recruit, and that will cost us 20 pieces of gold, which I do not want to spend. We can buy some products. In this town, they produce grain, so grain is quite cheap. We only have one more grain, so we need more food. So let's buy that. Holding shift will increase your number by 5, so you buy 5 pieces. Problem is, we exceed our capacity quite a lot. So let's buy only 3, we will pay 12. That capacity will increase once we have party members or once we have some donkeys. Buy flute. Oh, let's see. Buy products. Let's say. Oh no, we have all the grain we need. And they have no weapons of any kind. So let's leave. They have 5. And we can handle those easily. Find me if you dare. We are on a horse. You're dead. So, here they come. Yeah. That's one. And let's move out. Let's hit. And we already got one. That's easy. Ooh, they hit me. You don't. Now, restoring health will take a small time. You don't. I want that rock throwing bastard. So, headshot. Nice one. No, don't shoot, you moron. Going through water will slow you down. Now, since this is a small pool, you can see it's more slow those down quite a bit. And we're going to use this to our advantage. Damn. You don't. Disadvantage of riding with a horse and trying to shoot an arrow is you only can shoot on your left side. You can shoot on your right side, but that's very inconvenient and your range is very limited. Well, here we go. We gained another level. Damn it. We got him. And they're getting scared. So let's get him. Oh, he hit my horse. Bastard. Let's slow down. Aim, fire. That's wonderful. Ooh, he is still not giving up. And he's dead too. So we won this battle. As you can see, quite easily. Hooray, our first battle. So afterwards you get a small overview. So we have a victory. The battle lasted 3 minutes. We gained 1 renown with that and 1 moral. So the attacker lost 4 guys and 1 was wounded, so we have 1 prisoner. We killed 5 and we leveled up. So we made a small time jump. We have quite a lot of money. We have 22,200 pieces of gold. We only have about 24 troops in our army. Why is that? Because I wanted to keep it small. I did some trading for a short while. I traded Aserai horses and some desert horses around the continent and made quite a lot of money and kept the party small because, well, big party costs lots of money and we wanted to save a lot of money. Now we joined our faction because we got a level 1 clan, so we could join the faction and we joined them as mercenaries, which gives us normally a plus 130 gold each day when we fight a battle. So we are on our way to a castle of us that is under siege. So let's start and do a quick move. We are losing a little bit of gold day by day. And that's why I don't build any caravans yet. So the castle siege has been broken. Onira. Where is Onira? Oh, it's the big city. Let's start the siege. So, because we are not the leader of the party, we will not decide what siege weapons we will build. I don't see any defenders yet. And there are the first additional defenders. So we build trebuchets. Don't know why it's paused. Oh, we can attack or send troops. So let's attack. Welcome at the siege warfare. So we have no command at all of our troops. Let's move ahead. Ooh, we are leaving the battle area. That's way too far outside. Aren't there any ladders over here? No. Ooh, we missed. Oh ho ho, headshot. Let's get over the holes. How did we get over the holes again? Ooh, you really did that? Bastard. How dare you? And goodbye. Die already. Oh, we are down. So, alright. In the end, we lost 9 troops, 7 wounded. So, well, yeah, not that bad. So they retreated to the keep. And now we can attack one more time. Let's send troops to the end of the battle. We didn't lose any of them. So we did a little time jump. We are a little bit stronger. We have a party of 52 with quite a lot of horse archers. And we found some looters, a bigger group of looters. So I wanted to show off a little bit of a bigger combat. They are not really a challenge. So here we are. Our cavalry, horse archers, regular archers, and our one foot soldier. So we are keeping them right over here. There they are. So
Horse archers, move out! Horsemen, move out!
let's deploy our troops.
Forward! Infantry, move! Riders!
Let the cavalry charge in.
Mounted arch, engage!
Oh my. Pop me on horse. Ah. Yeah, that's the only disadvantage that we have. So many horse riders. It gets a little bit sloppy. Not many of them will survive our troops, but they are quite badly armed. So we won the battle. 2 of them escaped, 3 were wounded and captured, 25 were killed. We didn't lose any troops, we gained some renown, influence and moral. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting battle. So let's dive in. This will be the last battle, and after this I will end this episode. Then we had a good look at the things we can do for now at with Bannerlord. Alright, so big difference with your own battles is when you join an army, the army leaders divide their soldiers under each leader, and well, we can choose either lead the cavalry or lead nobody. So let's say we are going to lead the cavalry unit.
Get moving! Form a wall!
Wall? You.
Horse! Stick to me! Yeah, yeah!
Bloody hell. Form a wall.
Cavalry!
Don't tell me shield won't. No, F2. Let's see. Go for loose formation. Normally you get commands. Where are my troops? Over there.
Keep close!
Right flank. Let's go to the right flank. Are they all in the water? Yes, they are. So let's charge. Let's charge then. Oh, please don't let any of my troops die like crazy. Get out. Ooh, bloody hell, get out. Bloody hell, archers. No, 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 get the... Bloody hell, where the hell did they come from? They just spawned in right next to me. That's impressive to say the least. Of course, we get our own soldiers. Oh, lucky shot. I hit my own guy. Really? Stop running in front of me. Bastard. Let's speed up the battle. Only 20 guys left. Normally we do not lose any guys anymore. So victory. So that guy died. I don't care who he was, so we only gained 10% of the loot because we only killed about what, 44 guys, so that's not much. And well, that is it for today. This was a look at Mount and Blade Bannerlord 2. The 1.6 patch. I hope to see you all in one of my other videos and in the comment section. See you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.